And of course, I would be Scott Roberts. Welcome to my neighborhood.
Scott, what are you doing?
Rick, I'm about to putt, okay?
Sorry. It's in the hole!
Okay, now we can talk.
The biggest difference between indoor and outdoor volleyball is obviously the sand.
Most of the LPGA players we talked to this afternoon agreed that Casey Martin should be allowed to use a cart. But if given a choice, would these ladies walk or would they ride? Well, it's easier to see why the Raiders are winning despite their youth. These guys are huge. 6 players stand 6'5" or taller, and that can be intimidating. Well, Rick, I've noticed you've been watching a lot of women's tennis lately, and you're such a trendsetter, it must be hot. But when that final putt falls, there's a sense of, what do we do now? Some consider rock climbing an extreme sport. Well, it is, and climbing inside is an extremely great place to learn. It's also an extremely safe place to learn.
Dead burn, way to go, Scott.
All right, 2 in a row.
With Scott Roberts.
It might be NFL Sunday, but America's pastime takes front and center stage. The Boston Red Sox, with their backs to the wall, were trying to keep their season alive against Cleveland. And they are doing it. The scoreboard's like a pinball machine. What's going on? Yesterday, the Red Sox' John Valentin drove in 3 in a 9-3 Sox win. Tonight, he has 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. Sox lead the Tribe, as you see, 22-6 in the 8th inning. If Boston holds on, you think the series will be tied at 2 games apiece. That's ridiculous. Now, while the rest of the league was at work, the Jags were racing to the Northeast on their chartered plane. It's a very nice ride. Tomorrow, the Jags and Jets are the showcase of the NFL on Monday Night Football. The team made their way from the airport to the hotel in a caravan of buses, and they had a police escort. That's not bad. Now, with a police escort, getting around New York should be a breeze. Anyway, as game time nears, focus on the game intensifies, and with a coach like Bill Parcells across the field, you can never count out the Jets, Jets. And I'm Scott Roberts. Welcome to Eyewitness News. Police find the body of Gary Culp in a hotel room in Missouri today. Sources there tell Eyewitness News Culp shot himself in the head. Today's development ends a nationwide manhunt that began after the body of Culp's wife, Linda, was found in a shallow grave near their Kenna home in Jackson County. Now, Christine Haberly is just back from Jackson County, where she talked to the state police about Culp. Christine, what do we know? Thanks, Christine Haberly. Thank you. Police come to the aid of 3 children locked in an SUV. Officers respond to Hale Street this afternoon. Police say their mother, Christy Birch of Buffalo, New York, left the kids in the vehicle for about a half an hour while she went inside a bank. It was about 79 degrees outside at the time, and the windows were cracked, but police issued Birch a summons on child abuse and neglect. She did not take her children into custody. It appears a concerned citizen called the police. Well, plea bargain takes some of the bite out of the sentence for 2 brothers charged with sicking a pit bull on a police officer. Quentin and Gary Smith were charged with malicious wounding when their family's pit bulls attacked a Charleston police officer after the officer tried to arrest Quentin. Quentin pled guilty to unlawful wounding. He'll do a year in the regional jail. Gary Smith was sentenced to pretrial diversion for 2 years. If he stays out of trouble, charges will be dismissed. Well, imagine getting a bill for internet pornography when you didn't even visit the website. 2 Ohio men are heading to court in West Virginia after trying to escape with stolen money. 51-year-old Thomas Savaca and 44-year-old Carlos Santos, both from Cleveland, are accused of holding up the Traders Bank in Ripley on Saturday. The 2 face up to 25 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Tony joins us now. Now, Tony, it's a pretty nice day, a little muggy, but we got some showers just a little bit ago.
And that's
For decades, he's performed for us at home and for our troops overseas. But today we say goodbye to the man most honored entertainer in the world. He's no Bob Hope. He is Mark Martin joining us out in a little dust up there in Cincinnati, huh?
You know, it's just tough.
Yeah, and that would be tough.
No, it would be.
Fire dad, and then you have to go out and play.
Right.
Thanks, Mark.
Okay.
Well, is a new ballpark in the future for Charleston? Well, today the Economic Development Grant Committee met to discuss how to disperse close to $200 million. Many projects were discussed, but money for a new ballpark took center stage. And according to Mayor Danny Jones, things looked pretty good. The committee looked at 119 applications. 22 of them were from Kanawha County.
Hey, Scott?
Yeah, that they do. The storms have destroyed homes, property, and businesses. Over 1,000 people were forced from their homes over the weekend after severe thunderstorms pounded northeast Ohio. Entire neighborhoods were underwater in Canton. The fire department used boats to rescue about 200 people from the water. The damage estimate in Canton alone stands at $1 million. Well, residents in Chicago are cleaning up after 5 inches of water fell on Sunday. This motorist is still waiting for the high water to recede because his car is submerged in a ditch. The owner says he was driving home during the storm when rushing rainwater swept his SUV into the ditch. He says he had just a few seconds to escape the vehicle before it was underwater. The storm left thousands in the Chicago area without power and flooded countless basements in the area. And in Colorado, it's wet and muddy. Heavy rain falling on the Hayman Burn Wildlife Area caused mudslides and forced several roads to close. About 2.5 inches of rain fell within a couple of hours. No injuries were reported. Plus, you don't have to go to Huntington to see the thundering herd. Come with us to a farm in Sissonville where the buffalo roam. Hear their story when Eyewitness News returns.
Night.
And we've just learned that the former governor has been released from the hospital and is at home. Doctors at CAMC installed a pacemaker Friday. Now, Underwood was admitted to the hospital Wednesday with a low heart rate after collapsing at a rest stop near Gasaway. He underwent valve replacement and quadruple bypass surgery last February. The former governor is listed in satisfactory condition, and again, he has been released from the hospital and is at home. Well, I might. I'm not going to promise. No promises.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks. Learn the importance of board games next. And Napster is back, but not like it used to be. Find out what's different and what's the same in the internet's most famous music sharing program. Welcome back. Topping our World Report, a huge highway sign falls onto a major thoroughfare in Denver.
As you can imagine.
Napster may be long gone, but the name and the kitty logo of the online music swapping program could return to cyberspace before the year is out. Roxio Incorporated, which owns the rights to the Napster name, planned to shelve its current online music service and roll out Napster 2.0 by Christmas. The new service may carry the Napster name, but won't be anything like the original Napster. Napster 2.0 will have the blessing of 5 major record companies and many independent labels, but users will have to pay to download music files. Well, interactive games are very popular amongst our kids.
But no.
And remembering the king of the USO shows, the man, the legend, Bob Hope, has died. We'll take a look back at his life a little later in our newscast.
All right.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks.
Hey, from picking up after the kids to grocery shopping, your day is packed with demands. Welcome back. Time and money, two things almost all of us would like a little more of. In today's Investing in America, we have some suggestions on how you might be able to find more of both. Some called him the king of the one-liners. Others just called him hilarious. We'll show you some of the highlights from 100 years of Bob Hope. Welcome back, and the legendary Bob Hope has died at the age of 100. But sadness was tempered by the rich stories of happy memories he left behind. Heather Cabot has that story. Bob Hope is getting both public and private send-offs. His daughter says his burial will be private. That ceremony will be followed with a memorial service and tribute on August 27th. Yeah, Young Guns is right. And former Alley Cat back in the majors.
Yeah, back in the majors. Yeah, great opportunity for him.
Thanks, Mark.
Okay.
And there are a lot of memories. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Yes, indeedy, Deb. Talisha McClure just got back, just flew in moments ago. She ran bombing missions in B-52s. Now, Talisha, got a whole family. How's it feel to be back home?
Very exciting. Very exciting.
What was it?
Back on U.S. ground, so.
What was the experience like over there?
It was
Very good. It's good to have you home. Mom and Dad are here, Richard and Elise. What do you guys think?
I'm glad she's back. I'm glad it's over. I just love her to death.
I'm glad she's home. Really glad. It's been a long time.
What were your thoughts when watching CNN and seeing the war on TV and knowing that she was over there?
The most scariest thing in the world. You come home every day and know it's on. You don't want to turn the TV on, but you can't keep from turning it on. And then when you turn it on, you can't turn it off. And then when the shock and awe campaign started, I knew she was up there, and you see that anti-aircraft fire going up, and you know somebody's trying to shoot your kid down, and it's just one of the scariest feelings that you could ever experience.
Thank you, guys. Turn around real quick. Take a look at the shirt, Deb. It says it all. Another happy reunion. We'll talk to you on Eyewitness News, WCHS at 11.
Built in America, tested.
Like my whole body was just numb.
Christina Green lies in a hospital bed recovering from life-threatening injuries sustained when her ex-boyfriend, Marcus Slaughter, shot her and then turned the gun on himself.
He said, if somebody comes out, I'm going to shoot you. And he just kept beating me up, beating me in the head with the gun. And then, like, the bullets or something, the shells fell out of the gun. And he was loading them back up, and then he shot me. And then I saw him, like, just look at, like, I saw his face before he shot himself. And it was just, he shot himself and fell. I just didn't want to die. That's all I thought about.
Green was shot in the neck, head, and stomach, but this wasn't the first time Slaughter was violent toward Christina.
He's beat me up many times before. That's why I left him alone. I just want him to leave me alone.
I guess that's why she wouldn't tell me, because she was afraid, because he done threatened to kill me and everybody else, and that's why she wasn't telling it.
After undergoing the trauma of being shot and then witnessing a suicide, it was here at CAMC that Christina finally realized what had happened.
I felt like a dream. Yeah, it really didn't hit me until after, like, they got the tubes out of me and stuff. Because all I was thinking about was pain. And then, like, after they got the tubes out of me and stuff, that's when it really hit me. Like, I thought about it. It was just like a dream.
Green and Slaughter had a 4-month-old son, Marcus. He will now grow up without a father.
Have you even thought about what you would say to him about what happened?
I don't know. I don't know.
Scott Roberts, Eyewitness News, Charleston.